All right, welcome back. It's the Carton Show. And as you know, today is Aaron Rodgers Day. Perhaps maybe put me on camera so I can take the mask off. That'd be All right, that's enough of that. That's Tim Hardaway's Craig Jennings. It's a celebration, folks, because I root for an incompetent franchise. I do. I take ownership of that. We've never won nothing, and now we've got a chance, a legitimate chance. We're in the conversation among the great teams in the AFC to win a Super Bowl. This is what you do when you think you've got everything but blank, right? You try to fill in the blank. Whether it's a point guard, whether it's, hey, we need a left tackle, whether it's, hey, we need a power hitter. The New York Jets have all the components to win other than a quarterback. Now we have a quarterback, meaning, to be fair, all fandom aside, the rest of the AFC is now on notice. The AFC East is now on notice. The Bills just can't show up, roll out the ball, and expect to win 13 games and win the division and have home field advantage. The Jets are now a player. That's the first part of this. And Greg, I know you're with me on that, right?
I am.
All right, the second part is, I guess you have to go down this road. You know, who won the trade? Does Green Bay win the trade because they get the first round pick swap, so they definitely get the player they want in the first round. They also get the 42nd pick overall, which is the early second round pick, and they get a conditional pick, which we all know is going to become a first round pick next year. Did the Jets give too much up to get Aaron Rodgers?
Well, the fact of who won the trade really is dictated by the play of both of these quarterbacks that'll be under center this year.
Jordan Love for Green Bay and Aaron for the Jets. Right.
If Jordan Love is the guy and Green Bay gets to add to what Jordan Love has, they clearly won the
unless the New York Jets go to the Super Bowl, right?
Unless the New York Jets get to the Super Bowl.
Right.
And if the New York Jets gets what they want, I honestly don't even believe it has to be the Super Bowl. The championship game, the AFC championship game, if they improve to that in both of these years, not even both of these years, in this year coming up, then they got what they wanted. Everything that they were willing to give up, it's okay now because they got their quarterback. He's delivered, or he is delivering, and he has a chance to deliver.
Well, I think, listen, you can never say you have to win a Super Bowl or the trade's not worth it, but they have to win a Super Bowl or the trade's not worth it because we're giving up a first-round draft pick, a second-round draft pick, blah, 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 blah. You know, the Rams went for it and they won.
Yes.
And when you do that, you can then suck up being terrible for another 5 years, which the Rams are going to be. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers went for it, and they won.
Right.
If you don't win, man, minimum, you got to get to an AFC championship game because we're going to look back on it and say, all right, we've been down this road before. We got Brett Favre. We were 8-3 with Brett Favre until he banged his shoulder up and needed postseason surgery, right? We can't go down that road again. If you bring a guy like this in, you are bringing him in to win. Not 5 years from now, because he ain't going to be around 5 years from now. I've given myself a small window, somewhat similar to you in Miami, I would think, right? More so than you in Golden State, where you have a window where you have some guys who are veterans, who are on the last couple of years of a career. We've got to win now. It's not a 5-year plan. This is a plan for the Jets to win right now. And you're right. If they get to a Super Bowl, obviously, if they win a Super Bowl, we will look back and say it was a great deal. He's not going to go down in the record books statistically for anything, right, with the New York Jets, other than maybe winning a Super Bowl. My man right there, right? I'm talking to him like he's live.
Yeah.
Like he's sitting right here next to me.
He's taller than you in real life.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
How tall is Aaron Rodgers?
He's taller than you in real life.
How tall is Aaron Rodgers?
He's a little over 6'2".
All right, so just tippy toes. I just got to go tippy toes.
Okay.
We only have the Kyler Murray version of Aaron Rodgers in the stores to buy yesterday. But you don't listen. You have, as a fan, you want to know going into a year, you've given me a chance to dream about a title, a championship. Getting Aaron Rodgers allows Jet fans to dream. And at the end of the day, when you're a fan of a franchise that has not been to a Super Bowl since 1969. The fact that I can dream about it now, I don't care what we give up to get him. It's a good deal.
Correct. And that's where the Jets sat. And they understood that. They could not run the risk of not having this guy who they spent all offseason talking and telling their fan base, that they were going to acquire.
Right.
However, I do have this question, and I just thought about this.
I have the answer. Nebraska.
Is there more pressure?
No. Is that not the answer?
No. No, that's not the answer. Is there more pressure now on Aaron Rodgers taking over for the Jets with the expectation of winning a Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Or when he took over for Green Bay with the expectation of a storied franchise following?
Well, I have a convoluted answer to that question.
Okay.
Here's my only concern. And I do have one concern about Aaron Rodgers becoming a Jet. I can envision the day this year where the AFC Championship game is the New York Jets and the Las Vegas Raiders, and Jimmy G beating his ass again in a championship game and preventing my team from winning a Super Bowl. That's my only concern whatsoever. Listen, I don't think there's any more pressure on him. I know there's going to be a story of he's now got the pressure of New York City. Right, which a lot of guys wilt under that pressure. You've seen it before.
Yes.
You both have seen it, where big name guy comes to New York and just cannot handle New York. We're a different breed of fan here on the East Coast, especially here in New York. I think he'll be fine because I think he's so weird that I don't think he's going to be bothered by, the negativity, the fans being on him, wanting to know about his dating life and where he eats dinner and who his drug dealer is and all the things that come along with that. I don't think he's going to care about any of that. I just think he's a different dude. I think being a different kind of dude allows him to navigate the New York fan base without the pressure.
I think he's right for the New York atmosphere here. You're right. I think that his demeanor and the way he carries himself, he comes out, he just want to play football. He just want a team to respect him and have the guys around him like wide receivers and then have OTAs to come out here and work with them. And I think that this atmosphere is just right for him. And you're right. You both right. I think the trade benefited both of them.
Okay.
And I think that New York Jets are all in, just like Tampa Bay was in, just like the Rams are in.
But you got to win,
but
right?
you got to win.
Like we can talk all about it, but you got to close.
It was a lot of pressure. It was more pressure on Stafford than it was on Brady to win.
Because Brady had already won.
Right, Brady already won. So when Stafford went to the Rams, it was like, yeah, you got to win right now. Right now. And Stafford went in there and played well and won, even though they same defense
but
and everything.
Here's the upside.
But they won. But I think this guy's going to be good for the Jets.
You come to the New York Jets, one of the most incompetent, lousy franchises in all of professional sports, and you bring a championship to us, you walk on water.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you do. And I'm seeing it right now with Jalen Brunson and the Knicks. They haven't even won anything. And we're already talking about Jalen Brunson, point guard for the Knicks, looking to close out the Cavs this week. And we're already talking about him like he's Derek Jeter. This guy comes to New York and wins, forget about it.
Yeah, this is legacy changing.
Yes.
There's obviously his legacy is already cemented because of him winning.
But there's a part of his legacy that's not. He's a one-time winner, not a two-time winner.
He's a one-time, but you can't diminish a legacy that's already been established, right? Because he has won. But if he comes here and wins, an organization that they were dumpster fire. We don't believe that they would do anything without a guy under center. You become that guy and you deliver.
There's only one guy that's ever done it.
Exactly.
His name is Mark Messier for the New York Rangers in 1994. Who'd you think I was talking about?
I was talking about your boy Joe, man.
Huh? My boy Joe?
Yeah.
Joe who? Joe Willie Namath? Is that who you're talking about? The great number 12?
Yeah.
Is that who we're talking about?
Legendary.
We had to go back 54 years on my watch, Craig Jennings. We're going back to 1994.
Respect that jersey.
Yes,
Respect that jersey.
When Mark Messier, number 11, came to New York City and guaranteed a win in Game 7 against the New Jersey Devils and had a hat trick and led the Rangers to a Stanley Cup champion. That's what he's aiming for. Be a big-time name to come into New York and bring us, my beleaguered people, like the Jews in Egypt escaping the Pharaoh. We need to be freed from the oppression of incompetent football. And Moses here will lead us out to the promised land. Let my people go. Wow.
A punch in the
That's
face
what
to
I'm
a
talking
kiss?
about.
Greg,
I'm an abusive husband. That's what I am. Yes. What is it now?
You are a Jewish man, correct?
What happened?
You, like me, are Jewish.
Yes, go ahead.
Moses led his people into the desert for how many years?
8 weeks, 8 days. 8 days. It was 8 days. And it was famine, Cody.
Okay.
8 days. Locusts and frogs and things coming out.
You've never read the book, have you?
Let my people go.
Not even close.
Yeah, I saw Yul Brynner was Moses. It was awesome. Listen, give me my lights and give me my music, please. Lights and music as we celebrate the prodigal son coming to New York City. Woohoo! Hey there, thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.